this is not your first or probably last time working with Radu Jude. Can you talk about how the two of you first met and began working together, as well as the specifics on getting involved with this film?
Yeah, I first worked with Radu for another movie he did, The Barbarians. That was in 2016, I think. And after that, we collaborated at each film he did. And for this one, he gave me the script. I didn't do a casting because we knew each other very well. And he gave me the script. I read it. I loved it. I felt very represented by what he wrote in the script, and we started working.
Yeah, and I'm curious about your working relationship with Radu. What's he like? I'm just curious what he's like on set, and does he shoot lots of takes? Is he strict about sticking to the script, or yeah, how is he?
I personally thought that what he wrote was so amazing that I was very determined to stick to what he wrote. He's very generous, and of course, all the time we talked about it, and we not negotiated, but we had conversations about what we were going to film. But he knows exactly what he wants. And if he gets that after the second take, it's the second take and that's it. So I trusted him so much that the process of filming was easy from this point of view, because I trusted him and he knew very well what he wanted.
And you have a background in theater, and in this film, it's your first, leading role, and you're in nearly every scene. What was that experience like, being the focus of the film, and how much did you relate to or connect with your character?
I somehow think that it's a mixture between me and Angela, but I'm not like. It's not so different from me. It's a thin line because I give everything that I am to this character. So this character becomes somehow me, and I become the character. What was the first?
Like being the focus of the film, and you're nearly in every scene.
Yeah, and I wanted so much to in theater. I am in a point that I'm a bit like, I don't know why I do what I do, because unfortunately in Romania the theater scene is a bit very strict and not so it's very rigid, and I wanted to experiment in the cinematography, in the Romanian cinematography, because there are directors like Radu and other filmmakers that are a bit more open and a bit more progressist and a bit more like belonging to their time, this time, The theater scene is very conservative. This is what I wanted to say, and I feel a bit stuck.
You can sort of break out more in cinema.
Yeah, exactly.
Was that based on a bunch of people in general, or someone specific, and how much of that dialogue was scripted and how much was it improvised?
I started doing this character Bobița on my social media in 2021, and it wasn't based on somebody specific. It was based on a specific social dynamic in our society, and I wanted to criticize that, because I'm very impacted by this toxic way of dominating women and I don't know, objectifying them and all that. And I wanted to empower myself by doing that. And it was an amazing coincidence that this filter that I use is very similar to this guy, Andrew Tate, that gained a lot of popularity in the last years. And it was a coincidence that he came in Romania to escape a bit the law in the UK and all that. So yeah, this is the story of Obița. It was it was something I invented, but not. I didn't have Andrew Tate in mind. And Radu saw what I was doing on my social media, and he felt intrigued by this thing, and he was like, it looks like the beginning of the cinema, he was telling in other interviews. And he wanted, because this film, it's like a collage of different types of cinema, he felt intrigued by using this type of social media representation.
Yeah, I'm so glad he did.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know if anyone else is curious, but out of my own selfish curiosity, did you know before filming that it was going to be in black and white? Or was that like a decision that was made post-filming?
There were stages. Firstly, we didn't know, nor even Radu, but after tests, camera tests, he decided to be black and white. And I...
Okay.
Yeah.
And you told me this earlier because, you know, the shirt that you're wearing in the film is just iconic.
Yeah.
And, you know, very visually colorful. And how did he found that for you? How did that happen?
Yeah, he found it in the basement of the microfilm, the house, the production company that represents the film. And it was in the basement where a lot of costumes from previous movies were held. And he showed it to me, and I was like, yeah, that's amazing. And Radu was like, maybe with some leggings or something. I was like, no, not with leggings. with the bare feet. So how do you say, with the open?
Oh, yeah,
without
just,
leggings.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you still own that shirt? That's yours now.
Yes.
I'm wondering if we have any questions out in the audience. Yes, you, sir.
I was curious about the film within the film. Is that an actual old Romanian movie, I'm assuming?
Yes, it's called Angela merge mai departe. Angela moves on. It's from the 80s, I think. And it wasn't such an iconic movie back then, unfortunately, but now it has such a powerful and feminist somehow representation. And yes, it's and the actress that plays Angela, it's also the actress with whom I meet in the apartment, the mother of Ovidiu.
Yes, in the back there.
She's
sir.
an iconic actress in Romania, a big actress.
Yes, you, sir.
Most of the movie being very stressed and tired, and you were very convincing. So I'm wondering, were you actually really that stressed and tired, or was it totally?
Were you really that stressed?
I am a stressed person and an anxious person, so I don't know the level. Probably I was also acting, but as I said before, it was a mix. I'm very anxious, and but I'm not so overworked. My character is extremely overworked and exhausted, and I have the privilege not to be in this situation. So this is the difference, the big difference.
Yes, you.
Can you talk about the last shot? It was like 30 minutes long. How many takes of that did you do, and how much rehearsal was that?
The last shot.
Yeah, we did rehearse a few times, I think 5 times, 7 times, and then we did it in 3 or 4 takes, so not so much.
Yes.
What was the process of getting Uwe Boll involved?
Process of getting Uwe Boll involved.
I would. It's an interesting question, but I don't have the answer. Maybe the producer, if Ada would have been here, she would give more details. But what I can say is that Mr. Uwe Boll was very kind and willing to do it, and he was a very generous and nice person.
And it was your scene with him was all improvised, right?
Yes, because we didn't know him personally, so we didn't know exactly how he will react, and it was something that was done in the place, yeah.
In the moment.
In the moment. Thank you.
Yes.
I'm curious if there are any things that non-Romanian audiences are missing by just not understanding the culture of the country as well. If there are any specific.
Any someone who's not from Romania, would they miss anything in the film culturally?
I don't know. I don't like in Romania this type of social dynamic between men and women. It's pretty bad, and I don't know. I think here it's better than it's in Romania. Like the society, it's more evolved. But Radu, he says that he does movies about Romania, so I think probably that even the my language as Bobiță is very hard to translate into another language. I mean, of course, that some parts are missed, but the idea, I think, and the problem in general, I think it goes. It gets transmitted.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
universal.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. What do you think the choice behind the literary references might be?
First of all, because that's how Radu is. That's how he talks. So this character, it's a part of me, but it's also a part of Radu. So, of course, that if his mind is like that, he thinks like that in this way. And secondly, I think that it was intentionally because he wanted this character, and we wanted this character to be very polydimensional, or I don't know how to say it, to have a lot of faces. And it's interesting that she is so she reads a lot and she's very informed, and I liked it a lot when I read it, because even if she is so exhausted and she has this rhythm, she gets the time she finds the time to read a book. No, it's a Radu thing.
Do Romanians read?
Yes, of course. No, it could be. You could find a crew that speaks like that. I mean, it's not impossible. But it's Radu's way of thinking. It's his mind that it's constructed like that.
Any more questions? Yes?
Yes. And I am a good driver. I drive a lot in Bucharest, and it's exactly like that. And I think it was the most stressful part, maybe because members of the crew were with me in the car, and the camera was here, and I was in real traffic. Of course, that it was a car in front of me, but at some point the traffic, it's happening. So sometimes I didn't have the protection car in front, and I had this thought that I have valuable people in my car. So yeah, it was it was stressful a bit.
Yes?
As a Romanian American, I just, and knowing many things about Romania, I'm just curious about if the director was also trying to send a political message by mentioning Austria again and again, because it's well known how illegal activities Austrian corporations do in Romania, especially in the lumber industry
Yeah.
and many others. So by not offering, for example, breaks, lunch breaks to employees and so on. So I know because I'm reading the media on it, on and on. So it's just a clear also Austria is constantly rejecting Romania from admission to Schengen. So was he preoccupied about sending a political message, or because he could have used any other country basically?
No, absolutely. Yeah, no, it's a big problem in Romania. That, I mean, it's written a lot in the independent news and in the big news that this happens. Like big corporations, Austrian corporations, come and take the trees from us. And yes, it's absolutely it's a critique of, but not of Austria, of this capitalism monster.
How did you prepare for the interview segments? Were your fellow cast members instructed to be themselves and answer truthfully, or were they scripted to say something specific?
It was a mix. Most of the actors are non-professional actors. The people I go to make the casting to. So we had to adapt to that. And Radu didn't give them the script, because if they would learn their lines, they will learn it like a poem, like a poetry, and it would sound unnatural. So we improvised, and while improvising, they were learning the text as they should deliver it. So it was a trick in how they learned their text, but it was scripted. It was in the script, but they are unprofessional and they are amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. And Ilinca, I'm just wondering what's next for the film, and then what's next for you?
For the film, we travel. We travel with him in festivals. I will go in now. Radu, it's in Viennale. I will go in Torino, in Gijón, in Spain, and so on. So I think this is the future, the short, next future. And for me, I have this question, my own, because I feel like the value of what I did. I keep thinking what I will do next, with what. It gives me anxiety, but we'll see. I don't know. Hopefully, I will do more cinema. I would love to do it.
I would love that too.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's it. Hopefully, I will do more.
Awesome. Well, thank you again. Thank you all for coming. Have a great night.
Thank you.